I fed a starving vulpine girl. She came back with her mom and a new pack. I never thought a single act of kindness could change my life so completely. It started on a rainy evening, when I was trudging home through the abandoned outskirts of the city, my coat soaked and my boots caked in mud. That's when I heard a soft whimper from behind a crumbling brick wall. Curious, I peered around the corner, and my heart skipped a beat. A girl, or at least she looked like a girl at first glance, crouched there, shivering violently. Her ears were elongated, tipped in soft black fur, and her tail twitched nervously behind her. She had wide, golden eyes that seemed almost too large for her face, and her clothes were torn and soaked. I froze, unsure if she was human or some kind of creature out of a fairy tale, before the instinct to help overcame my fear. "Hey!" I called softly. "Are you okay?" Her eyes flicked to me, and she flinched as if my voice had burned her. "I'm hungry," she whispered, voice trembling. Without thinking, I offered her the sandwich I had tucked into my bag. She hesitated, then snatched it like a lifeline, devouring it in small, desperate bites. Watching her eat, I realized she wasn't just starving. She was practically skin and bones. Her tail, once twitching nervously, now curled around her like a frail shield. I'll help," I said. "You can come with me. There's a warm place and more food." Her eyes widened with disbelief. Can I?" I nodded, and for the first time in hours, she allowed herself to be led out of the rain. The walk back to my apartment was awkward. She kept her distance, sniffing the air nervously and darting glances around. I learned her name was Lyra, and she was part of a vulpine lineage, a hidden species that lived in the shadows, careful not to be discovered by humans. She was just one of a small group trying to survive after their territory had been destroyed. Over the next few days, I slowly gained her trust. She moved with a lithe grace that fascinated me, her ears twitching at every sound. She was shy but sharp, with a mischievous glint in her golden eyes that occasionally broke through her fear. I provided food, blankets, and a safe space, and she slowly started to relax, curling up on the couch like a cat and sharing little snippets of her story. One night, just as I was dozing off on the couch beside her, I felt a soft nudge on my hand. Lyra had returned from somewhere outside, holding something in her tiny paws. I blinked in surprise when she unveiled a second, slightly smaller vulpine girl, and then a figure that was unmistakably her mother, tall and elegant, with silver-flecked fur and piercing amber eyes. "They trust you," Lyra said simply. "I told them you helped me." I swallowed, suddenly aware that I was now the center of something far larger than myself. The mother, introducing herself as Serena, stepped forward, her eyes scanning me with cautious respect. "You have shown kindness," Serena said softly. "In our world that is rare. My pack and I owe you our gratitude." Over the next few days, my small apartment transformed into a temporary sanctuary for the fledgling pack. Lyra introduced me to their unique habits, the way they communicated with soft growls and subtle tail movements, the rituals they followed before meals, and the games they played to keep spirits high. The pack consisted of 5 more members, timid but curious, each with fur colors ranging from sable to russet. Feeding them became a delicate dance. Each night, I'd lay out bowls of food in a precise formation, and they would eat quietly, glancing at me occasionally. It was strange, surreal even, to have an apartment filled with these otherworldly creatures. Yet, there was warmth in it, laughter, loyalty, and a bond that grew stronger with every passing day. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lyra climbed onto the couch beside me, her golden eyes reflecting the fading light. "You saved me," she whispered. "But you saved all of us too." I smiled, a lump forming in my throat. I didn't do it for that. I just couldn't leave you there. Her mother, Serena, watched from across the room, tail wrapped around her legs. Kindness has a ripple, she said. You opened your home and your heart, and now you are part of our family. From that moment my life changed. I no longer felt alone in the world. The pack stayed with me longer than expected, integrating into my daily routine. Mornings were filled with playful scuffles, afternoons with quiet companionship, and nights with soft, comforting warmth as they curled around me, each member of the pack finding a place beside me. Weeks later, when they returned to their territory, a hidden glade just beyond the outskirts of the city, Lyra pressed a small, fur-lined pouch into my hand. For when you need us, she said, eyes glimmering with gratitude. Then she ran off with the pack, vanishing into the twilight. I stood there, watching the last glint of golden fur disappear into the forest, feeling a strange mixture of loss and joy. I had fed a starving vulpine girl, and in return, she had brought me an entire world I never knew existed. A world of loyalty, magic, and the unspoken promise that kindness, once given, always comes back. And in that quiet moment, I realized something profound. Sometimes, the smallest acts of compassion can lead to the most extraordinary adventures. Weeks passed, and life had settled into an unexpected rhythm. Mornings were filled with playful scuffles among the pack, afternoons with quiet companionship, and nights with the warmth of their bodies curled around me. Lyra had grown confident, her golden eyes no longer haunted by hunger, and the other members of her pack now trusted me as one of their own. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lyra climbed onto the couch beside me, her small hand brushing against mine. You saved me, she whispered softly. But you saved all of us too. Her mother, Serena, watched from across the room, her silver-flecked fur catching the fading light. Kindness has a ripple, she said. You opened your home and your heart. You are part of our family now. The next day, they led me to the edge of their hidden territory, a secluded glade just beyond the city's reach. Lyra pressed a small, fur-lined pouch into my hand. For when you need us, she said, eyes glimmering with gratitude. Then, with a flick of tails and a chorus of soft growls, the pack disappeared into the twilight, leaving me standing at the forest's edge. I watched the last glint of golden fur vanish and felt a strange mixture of loss and joy. I had only intended to help a starving girl, yet in return, I had gained an entire world, a family bound by loyalty, magic, and trust. That night, as I returned to my apartment, it felt different. The air seemed warmer, the shadows softer. I realized then that a single act of kindness could echo far beyond its moment. Sometimes the smallest gesture could open the door to extraordinary adventures, and occasionally it could change your life forever.